Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Factorio. I'm 7foot Dust Bunny, and I'll start by talking about, quickly, I've got my third bar. This was in settings. I knew it was here somewhere. Interface and quick bars, you can adjust the number there up to 4, and that's given me my extra bar. I like to start small and work up in terms of complication because my brain can only handle so much. I'm just walking around, hopefully to finish off the last of this. You'll notice that none of this is hooked up to power yet, but we have power just here. That is coming. Power is going to be brought in, but I wanted to make sure I hooked up all the pump jacks as I sort of discussed beforehand, and then I'll bring the power in. The pump will start pumping, it will pump oil into my huge reserve there, which is far overkill. And hopefully everything will be working fine. And all pumping, all pumping, all pumping. All are pumping. The pump is pumping. And if you hover over it, it does tell you like how much and how much is in the pipe. The pipe is fairly empty because it's keeping all the pump jacks well fed, and the crude oil is accruing. And just to help that out, I'm going to just do that, because that should actually help it distribute between the tanks better, especially if I do that too. It should help it then distribute much more evenly amongst the tanks, because it takes a bit of time to flow through. But that should keep all the pump jacks pumping. Now also, this should now be offloading ammo. I'm going to move that to be a blue because that's far too slow, and this should mean that all of these are now loading up, which they are, which is excellent, because this will help defend this area. Because as you may see on, why can I not see the pollution on the pollution map? Show me pollution. There is pollution here, so I am expecting to start tickling like these in time as the pollution here grows. There's quite a few trees which will help out, but as these bullets load up, I've got some more to add in there, because you know, this should be way more than we need, but it's good to have plenty available. This should only load each gun up with 10 anyway, but it should keep plenty of bullets available. Now, next up is going to be track, and the fact that my train is going to come in here. For now, at least anyway. My train will come in here for now. So let's start looking at other train related goodies, because that is something that is going to have to be on my bar. That I'm going to put there. I'm going to put more train related goodies down here. So these bits are going there along with track. So what I should be able to do is, there you go, set this up. So as you can see, we can have a train and 4 carriages there. That should be plenty for now. And what should happen is it should turn around. So you should be able to, if I put it on this side, so as it comes, say, here, if I make it a like double-ended train, so to speak, it should be able to turn around, and 4 tanks should be plenty. Though if we have two locos, I wouldn't be surprised if we can have 5. I'm not sure I've got enough with me for 2 locos, but there you go. Build a locomotive achievement. Congratulations. 5 might be a bit tight for 2 locos, but we'll see. I don't think I've got enough on me to build another... Oh no, I have. Excellent. So we'll build that and we'll see. Because why not? There we go. Like that. So now that is our train stop. Our train should stop there. And you can even name these at some point. Which we will name. We'll name it Oil Pickup. Yes, that will be your name. Now, you can fuel your trains. If I can find that and go yoink and yoink. There we go. Train is fueled. Next up, we need pumps. But is it just those pumps or is it a different type of pump? I can't remember. I mean, that is pump. Uh-oh, I'm making them. I'm not doing them. So you should be able, I think it's optimal to have 2 per thing. I mean, I might just have 1 for now, depending on what I've got. Because you can just put like there, and there. I think it just reduces your loading time. As is, my loading time will be what my loading time is. I'm not too worried. There you go, you see it already attached there. See, they all sort of jump up and they're loading. Or ready to load. At the moment, they have nothing to load. Which is where this will come in a moment. Because I'll probably put another pump here to keep the pressure up. But what I'll probably do is do that. Do that, 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 that. That. Don't need to do that. Then I will bring this over to here somewhere, where this one will also be coming over and joining. Fine, like so. I might bring that one more over this way, because then if I want to, you can actually have 2 more inline pumps. Yeah, that's the right way around. Which we can put there. I mean, this will be far overkill for what we need. But I like overkill. Overkill is kind of the name of the game with Factorio. So now, I just hook all this in, and the job is a good one. Look at this. It's loading up. As I say, 2 pumps would be faster, but it's only going to take about maybe 30 seconds or so to fully load up. So that's not too bad, and considering we're bringing 5 carriages worth, that's a lot. These tanks can hold 25, so that's going to fill 5 of those tanks in its entirety. So that's a lot. The next big part of the game is to get this all the way over here. Now, quite where I'm going to put it here, I haven't quite decided yet. Which is a bit of a pain. The one thing I haven't made, which I need to start making, is a radar. I don't think I actually got on me what I need to build a radar, because I should be putting a radar here as well, which is a very good point. Not have enough resources. I don't have any iron plate. But essentially, I'm thinking of coming out in a straight line and going and coming down, and then building a refining area here, essentially. Because we need water for refining, and our water supplies are here and here. I could come straight down this side, but I don't think I want it there. I don't have a good reason for that. I think I want it over here, because I think I'm going to be building a lot of other train stations in this area to start dropping off other materials. That's my reasoning behind it. So at the moment, I'm going to work it over here somewhere. As I say, we might have to expand these defenses out. And we're reaching a point where once we get oil going, we can probably live without some of those defenses and start thinking about other things. Greater braking force. We don't actually have blue science yet. We do have military science. Rocketry. Rocketry sounds fun. Let's get rocketry. I did also just unlock gates. Now, I believe for gates you need to run things like combobulators and stuff like that. I'm going to have to look into how gates are done, because I don't think a gate just works. I don't think it's like, you know, Mr. Nvidia, where it just works. I can't even see the bloody walls now. Walls? Wall, defenses say, look, gate, okay. So I can build some gates. But if I build a gate here, I don't believe it opens for me. Does it open for the train? If I get in the train and drive the train forward, I hit it, you see? And then my bots go and repair it. So I don't quite know. You need some sort of combobulatory sensory thing. And this is where this gets complicated. Now, I know the biters aren't that serious. I can probably get away without having to do this, but I would love to be able to sort of showcase how this is done. But you need like a signal, and then you need to go back and you need it to read and then go back, if you understand my meaning there. So at the moment, no. Right, let's get that right. Ghost mode, please. Did that work? Yes. I'm literally just going to go through like this and hope I can zoom out far enough if my mouse wheel wants to play. Now, you can do this by getting in the train and then doing it from the train. My problem is going to be working out exactly where I want to turn. So, here we go. Hold on here. What else can we work on? We can work on modular armor, but we can't build it. We can work on electrical accumulators, but I don't think we can build them, but they would be very handy. So I'm going to start research on them. Now, I'm going to hit the thing. Hopefully, my bots will start building the track in front of me. But they're not super effective, so it's going to be chug chug, chug chug, chug chug. Like that. and I pick up the wood, I choke forward a bit, I pick up the wood, I choke forward a bit, and vice versa. Yes, yes, come on, bots. So at that point, I'm actually going to get out and start thinking about where to go next. So I want to look at the map. I need to be all the way over here. And my train station, I reckon, is going to need to be around here somewhere. Because if I'm going to build my chemical area here, probably tapping off a bit of this water here, the train station is probably going to want to be around about here somewhere. Which means I need to be all the way over there. And what I probably want to do, he says, is, oh, I'm going from map mode. Does that even work? Building from map mode? Yoink. Okay, it's working for now. I'm guessing this is going to be the range of what I can see. So I'm going to have to go out of map mode a bit. But my thought here is that I probably need to go down and plan out the actual station before I get too carried away. I can always then cool the train. The only problem is at the moment I've left the train sort of exposed, it could get destroyed. Which granted would be annoying. So I might go and put it back. So I'll save you watching. I'm going to put the train back and then I'm going to go down and we're going to start looking at the train station the other way. So we're going to back this up. Pick something new to research. Might as well just do modular armor, even though I'm not particularly worried about it at the moment. I'm just going to back this in here, where it's essentially defended for now. There's plenty of guns here to defend the area. Okay, so I come down to this area, and I've had a bit of a thought. Well, I'm thinking both about long-term and short-term here. One, I would love to build the rocket around where my crash ship is, just because that seems kind of cool to me, which means I'd like to bring the oil down here on the other side of the water, which means I have to go round, but for a train that's not a big deal at all. Then there is another thought that somewhat occurs to me. Now, ultimately, the main reason I'm bringing it there is because I want the water. Now, there's nothing stopping me, aside from the fact I've already filled the train up, but there's nothing stopping me shipping the water up here. And that does have the added benefit of that though I have to pipe all this up, that is where the bus is going anyway. So essentially, sooner or later I'm going to be building down this way with this line anyway and joining it all up. So I'm not sure which I want to do. It's one of these things of, if I build it here and build all the resources here, plastic and stuff will be able to be shipped directly onto the bus from this end, but it does mean I have the bus running both directions. Sorry, my mouse wheel is still playing up. I'm gonna have to order a new mouse. And I will end up with my bus running essentially two directions, but that's not a big deal. But it saves me having to pipe everything over from there to here. So I'm having a bit of a deliberation about this, because I could just you know, train the plastic into here if it needs to, just across there. Anything like that. I'm not sure which to do. So I'm going to deliberate it and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've given it some long, hard deliberation there about how I'm going to do it. And the answer is the train with the materials is coming in here. And oil will be and all the oil will be processed here. And my reasoning for this is actually surprisingly straightforward and hopefully fairly reasonable. So the reason I'm doing it that way is because, he says, because if I build everything up there, I'm going to want to start expanding all the defenses out all around this area. And that's quite a mammoth task. And quite frankly, I don't want to do that without bots. And I don't have bots. So the next step, of course, will be to get bots. Which, if I'm doing it here, I can get bots first and then do all that work. And that work will be a hell of a lot easier because the bots will do the lion's share of the work for me. I just need to go and slap the blueprints out, and I know while I have got a version of bots essentially at present, it is not fast or particularly speedy or efficient in any way whatsoever. So if you're going to do it with bots, you may as well go the whole hog and use proper bots. But to build proper bots, we're going to need plastic. And I'll have plastic because plastic's made with oil. And as you can see, even like this, it's slow building with the nanobots. And the nanobots aren't supposed to be fast, because the whole point behind using the nanobots is just to make the early game a bit quicker in terms of less tedious for all the putting stuff down. But it's not supposed to replace the main game bots. You're supposed to still want the main game bots, and that's exactly what it does. So that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, at least anyway. And we are getting in the general direction of where we want to join up. This is going to be a really cool train ride because it's going to go right through the middle of this forest. It's not going to produce that much pollution because it's going to go right through the forest as well. Oh, I've still got plenty of track left. So what I need to do now is find the other end of the track, which is over here. So I want to come this way. Then I need to install a corner of sorts. I haven't gone for very exciting or direct route with the track. I'm going to go round the outside, just purely because trains aren't that slow, and around the outside means that I can use the sort of track for other things later on without having to overhaul the track layout completely. Where is the end of the track? There at present. So if you go like that, that would be good. Can we do that? We can, apparently. All good. So now we will test this. We haven't put the... Well, I foolishly have not put the train station down the other end, but I am actually closer to the train this end. So I'm going to ride the train all the way. In the meantime, let's research. We've got night vision, belt immunity, personal battery. All these things are useful, but most of these things require oil. Which is a good job we're working on the oil. So personal battery is complete. We'll just get the next one on the list, as I'm pretty sure we're going to get through all of this before we get to blue science, and we're going to train our way back to base. Now, one thing I will be doing is, at first the train will indeed run off coal, which is fairly standard for early train Factorio, but as this is going to be processing the oil, I am for sure planning to... Brakes. I need to make this a bit longer by the looks of it. I will for sure be planning to upgrade that to something like, I don't know, rocket fuel or something like that at a later date, because it makes your train go a hell of a lot faster, and as we are pulling 5 carriages, we're going to want faster. I think round about there somewhere is where I'm going to want it to go. There seems reasonable. And then I can get rid of a couple of those extra bits of track for now. Leave a little bit of free space just in case. And if I can get out of the train, we will name this Oil Drop Off. Drop off. There are no trains with this stop. Okay, fair enough. Now, this side, we're going to want some pumps again. And what I'm going to want this to do is I want to put a route on. And I'm going to go add station. I'm going to start off at pickup. And the weight condition is going to be full cargo. And then we're going to add station drop off, and the weight condition is going to be empty cargo. Simple. And we should be able to go automatic. And the train is off. And hopefully it should come back and wait here. In theory. So, we're going to want some water, which shouldn't be a massive problem. I should just be able to pump it out, but as is my habit, I will be tanking it up, because why not? That should do for water tanks. Shouldn't need crazy numbers of water tanks. However, what we are going to get crazy numbers of are oil tanks. I want a minimum of 10. Unfortunately, 10 doesn't make a nice shape. So it's going to be 16, I guess. 4x4x4. So that'll be plenty. Train has reached its destination, and now it's waiting to be unloaded. Now I need pumps. Already used all my pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I shouldn't actually need 7 at the moment. I'm going to need a couple of offshore pumps as well. 1, 2. Offshore pumps, not quite as important. So this is going to go this way around for offload, I believe. If I go here and here and here and here and here, just because I like the even spacing. And this will go power, 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 power. Again, I'm going to load this up in a way that hopefully means there will be some redundancy in the transfer system to allow it to sort of pump through as quickly as possible. That's going to actually go that way. Go there to there to there to there to there. Now it shouldn't need that much pipe flow, but as I've said before, and I'll say it again, overkill is king. So for me, that's how we do it. I'm even going to put one this way too. In fact, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to go straight across there. And that will make it so that this distributes much more evenly. You can see it still doesn't unload evenly all the way across. I mean, you can alleviate that issue by again putting, for example, this one. If we went here, here, oh, and here, then went from there to there, that would actually alleviate that issue by helping it flow faster. But this will go now until this is full. There's a lot of oil there, but that will now be happily filling that up. Next jolly task is, where are my offshore pumps? Let's I'm gonna stick them there. They probably won't stay there, but that's where they're going for now. I will put one there and one there. Why not? And that's going to go to there, and that one is going to go hopefully to here. And then we can just tidy this off again by doink, yoink, 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 yoink. And this will also be rapidly filling. Offshore pumps are magic. They don't need power. So, super handy. Now we need to start thinking about chemical processing. The fun things of Factorio and brains. It tries to screw with them. So, here we have an oil refinery, which I don't have the stone bricks for, and a chemical plant. I'm going to need both of these. I have oodles of these nanobots. I need to offload crap and load up new crap. As you can see, the iron here is running out, so our move for getting iron was a good one. The other thing we're going to have to do is set up at the train station a way to fuel our train. So let's start off by just, okay, I'll take those bricks and I'll give you a bunch of wood. Could do with taking some steel and grabbing some more bricks. Probably get some more pipes while I'm at it. here. I know I've got pipes here and here. I need steel, so that'll do that. Yep, that's more than enough steel. Too much steel probably. So much so I'm gonna have to put some of my track back. That's fine, I don't need that much track at the moment. I will need the other things. I'm gonna need some bricks, but probably not that many bricks, so let's just take, that's 200, that should be more than enough. So this should allow me to build some oil refineries and some chemical plants. So let's start off with, let's go 5. Let's go 10 actually, and let's go at least 5 chemical plants for now. Now, I'm assuming the train has probably already been back. Now, something we can spot here is the stone problem did get down to here. Okay, the stone issue did get down this far. Let's get rid of that coal, but just clear that stone out. So next up, I'm gonna hope the train keeps running at the moment and see if I can get the chemical plant going for the rocket fuel, or at least solid fuel from oil fast enough. The other thing I want to check is with all the pump jacks and that, how are we doing on power? Not bad at the moment. We don't seem to have a massive demand. Okay, yep, get out of there. Right, time to start thinking chemical plants. That's where this needs to go, and chemical plants need to join. Oh, chemical plants, he says, need to join. Let's put down a chemical plant. What can we make with a chemical plant? Basic oil processing. Crude oil into petroleum. That's it. That's all we can do. Crude oil into petroleum. Doesn't require any water. Straight in crude oil, straight out petroleum. Very basic. Okay. What about chemical plants? What do they do? Let's see if I can find one of those here a second. And put one of those down. What are you doing? You can make, from petroleum, you can make solid fuel, which is one of the things I want. Craft time, 2 seconds. I'm not going to need vast amounts of this. I'm literally just doing it to fuel the train. So I'm going to stick 2 of those down. 1 for each train. It will be plenty. So that's going to make the solid fuel, and it's literally going to come out to the train. So if I said you to solid fuel, and I can copy. So this requires petroleum gas in, so we'll turn that around and it's going to stick. Solid fuel out. Requires nothing else. So there, we'll then go this way and we'll put a thing there, and then I'm gonna guess this one needs to be somewhere around there. Go and I know this seems a bit weird doing it this way, but this is the way my brain works, and that's all I can do. So hopefully this is soon going to be on hold here, as this is very close to full. So at the moment, for this to make just petroleum, all we've got is oil and petroleum. Pretty easy. This is how it starts. This will not be how it ends. So I am literally... can I do it that way for the moment? For the moment I can do it this way, but I'm not going to. Because I'm going to assume I'm going to be able to reuse this setup. It says, assumption being the mother of all vast, huge mistakes. And I believe if I put just a one gap between them, that should be enough. But we're going to make at least a massive whack of these. Because the other thing we're going to have to produce en masse in a minute is plastic. And that's going to require a lot of petroleum. So, here we are going to want the following setup. This and this. And that's what we're going to copy. And I'm just going to go, yep, 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 all the way along. What I should have done is set up one and then copied it all, but I didn't, and now I'm paying the price. Now we go the other way, and you can see now why I left them one apart. This will also allow me to do the same like here and here, so that I can build separate rows of separate outputs, because trust me, this is what's coming. So now we should be able to just get all that down there. Next up, yoink, 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 and yoink. So the only thing that's not happening now is there's no oil getting to the processing. So at the moment I'm just going to bring this one to here, and then put that one to there. There we go. And straight away that should be lots. The other thing you can do to help boost this along is just do this, and very quickly it will keep the pressure up in that pipe, keeps this running. All of a sudden this will be saturated and the train is back. How's the train doing for fuel? Not great. Okay, not to worry, train. I wanted to check that's in the right position. This one is probably not in the ideal position. That's one of the things I wanted to check. So let's get that in the right position. Okay, let's actually get my things the right way around. Get that one in position, ready to go. And soon train, you will have all the fuel. All the fuel you need. So as this is a very simple setup, that's what I'm going to do here. This is going to take directly from here without any issue at all. I'm even going to double pipe it so it's got loads. Straight away there to there, and it's running, and there we go. Solid fuel. Train getting loaded up. And the thing is, this solid fuel has 12 megajoules as opposed to the 4 megajoules of the coal. And as you can see, it says acceleration 120%, top speed 105%. So that is compared to coal. So it's going to be faster and be an all-round win. So, next we need to start looking at storing this. We'll need to set up a bunch of tanks for storing some of the important gases and oils. So again, I know it's far more than you need. Many people will tell me this. But I think I'm probably just going to go for 6 for now. I'm going to tone it down a bit, just so I can ensure I have enough space. I'll go for 6, and then I'll start. For now, I'll just plumb this over to the other side, but we're probably going to be making plastic here somewhere, and then sending the plastic down as well. But plastic will have to be next time, because I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot.